views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Wow, everybody. Hey, it is so great to be connecting with all of you again. I'm Dr. Pat. You're listening to the Dr. Pat Show, Talk Radio to Thrive By, our special Shine On Radio segment with Kelly today. Find your shine. And so today we get to look at what it means shining on with this holiday season with my co-host, Kelly Wadler, joining me here today. She is the founder of the Shine On movement. And boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, we could use a little shine on over here today. And, you know, this is really kind of exciting when you think about it. Many people are a little bit fooled. I think they're a little bit tricked in certain parts of the country about the fact that we are getting into the holiday season. Now, why would that be a little tricky for them? Well, what's tricky about it is, oh, wait a minute, I'm in the Northeast and it's 70 degrees. That is a little tricky for me. Now, if you're in California, not so tricky. But when you are different parts of the country and you're thinking, wait a minute, there's something a little odd here. People are starting to put up their holiday, whatever those holiday trinkets are that people put up, whatever that is going on, you're thinking to yourself, it really is the holiday season. Today, I'm so thrilled to be having my friend and colleague, Kellyanne Wadler, joining me here today. Shine On Radio. This is it. Find your shine. You know, she is the host of that incredible show. And today, co-hosting with me today to break it down, how we can be brilliantly fueled, body, love our reflection in the mirror, discover what makes us shine, and most importantly, spread that. Spread your light. Get that thing going on here. She is focused on holistic nutrition, empowerment, career building, physical health, nourishing the body, and let's just say it. Just overall shining on. That's what she does. Kelly, it's so great to have you here. You are the Shine On girl.
I am. I'm always so excited to be here, especially to kick off my week on a Monday with your fabulous self. So thank you for having me as always.
Wow. You know, it's really incredible though, too, you know, if I would have said Shine On girl, like what, 10 years ago, even maybe, no, a little bit, people would have said, oh, that is not politically correct to say. But isn't it really kind of cool how we now have embraced the whole girl thing again?
I mean, why not? I am a girl. I'm all about girl power. The second the Spice Girls said girl power, I was right on board. And yeah, there's nothing, you know, belittling about it. I'm a girl, I'm a woman, and I'm the Shine On girl. So yeah, I totally rock it.
Look at holiday season. I mean, do you get what I'm trying to say here for a minute? Shining on with this holiday season. I mean, the temperature, the climate changes. We know it's changing. We don't even understand how these other folks, these scientists, think things are not changing. Here you are. You went from where you live. You went from like a 70, 75 degree or some ridiculous thing. And, you know, putting up the tree in Rockefeller Center. And now we're talking about the holiday season. Do you think people realize that it's right around the corner here?
You know, I don't know. I think in New York City where I live, yes, it's very much in our face. And that's the reason why I was inclined to talk about the upcoming holiday season or the unofficial start of the holiday season in our talk today, because it was as if, and I feel it happens earlier and earlier each year, but this particular year, I live in Midtown West of Manhattan, and I swear, the day after Halloween, which was a Saturday, I went to, I guess it was Starbucks. I don't even remember. And they were already had their holiday cups out. I was like, you guys do not mess around. So, yes, you mentioned, in New York, the holidays have hit. The Rockefeller tree is up. All the little stores are already playing Christmas songs. And, we're in the spirit. I went to Macy's Herald Square yesterday
Oh.
with my mom, and it is Tinseltown and lights everywhere. So we're here. We're here. We can't get off this train now.
Uh, I got to tell you, I almost put Linda into cardiac arrest. I said to her, I, I don't know. I'm feeling it. I said to her, you know what? I was going to get a hold of Jessica and ask her to help me go to storage, to get my Christmas stuff out, my holiday stuff. And it's not just Christmas. I don't just do Christmas. I got all sorts of stuff from just about every tradition that you can imagine. Growing up on the East Coast, at some point in time in your life, you've actually been in relationship with people that have other spiritual beliefs than what you brought up. And if you don't, at least you're hanging out with them, right? So I love going and doing, what did you say? The trinkets. I love going and looking. I'm the queen. You're the shine on girl. I am the queen of lights. That's
Hmm.
that is my heritage. Let's talk about this for a minute. Has the vibe changed this year a little bit? Do you think people are a bit more optimistic? I'm not sure people are forgetting the past, but do you think we got a little bit different thing going on here?
Yeah, I mean, I think right now it's hard. It's hard to say. I think you watch the news, there's fear at at every corner. There's a lot of downers. And all the more reason why I think, especially in the holiday season, to remember what it is really about and staying grounded through it all, especially in scary times. I think about a lot, were times always this scary? Like, is it just that they're so much more inundated in front of our face in social media platforms and the news all the time, or is it really just a special case now that everything's feels scarier than usual? But as I said, the most important thing to remember during these holiday seasons, whether things are getting better or not, is to remember what is going on great. What are the things to be grateful in our life? And that's why Thanksgiving has always been my favorite holiday, which is why I don't like to rush too much. I love the holiday season, but I don't like to rush too much into December without giving the credit of Thanksgiving, which is this wonderful holiday in my eyes about gratitude and seeing and sitting down and exploring what's in your life to be grateful for, because no matter what we're going through, everybody's going through something. And sometimes when we get caught up in stress or what's going on with the world, it's easy to forget all the good things, the love that you do have, the roof over your head, the job that might not be the best now, but at least it keeps you going, and maybe it's motivating you to find that next job or whatnot, or the friendships that you have. So to answer your question, I'm not sure. I know that the vibe around the holiday season, it tends to lift people up out of whatever is going on in the world.
Hmm.
So to answer if things are worse or better, I'd hope that we're moving in a better place. But the more we find gratitude in the life that we are living in this moment, the more we can look for that better future. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I mean, one of the things I learned a long time ago is that fear and gratitude cannot coexist. They can't
mhm.
coexist on the same energetic plane, and they can actually coexist in our minds together. And I tried to disprove that, Kelly. I mean, I tried for a number of years to say that is, yeah, I can do both. I can both be afraid and grateful. And what I found was I was fearful and faux grateful, meaning
Mhm.
that I was thinking I'm in the gratitude and I wasn't. And so this is really the time of year where we're looking at Thanksgiving, we're looking at food, we're looking at trinkets. I know when I come to New York, the first places I go, there's a little French cafe right there by Rockefeller Center where the tree is. There's a little French cafe on the corner. And, yeah, the coffee's great, but boy, the goodies are great. And people find it so challenging, myself including, to stay healthy during the holiday season. Do you, I would love to talk with you when we come back. Why is that so? Why is so many folks feel that it is so challenging to stay healthy during the holiday season? Can we, Kelly, have our cake and eat it too when we come back? We're going to talk about that, as well as Kelly's got an incredible program to tell us about and a fabulous giveaway for some of you out there. Stay tuned. ShineOnWithKelly.com. ShineOnWithKelly.com. And we're going to tell you how you can get a hold of her, listen to her show, and much more. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
Chris Stanis is a spiritual leader and healer and teaches a course on how you can transform your life through a meditation and healing system that will manifest your spirit's dreams. She manifested the Women of Wisdom Conference, the Women of Wisdom book, and this radio show. And she can show you how to change your life too. Are you ready? Visit the website and contact her at voicesofwomentoday.com. That's voicesofwomentoday.com.
A morning filled with dynamic, inspirational music, spirituality, and uplifting messages by T.J. Woodward. Come and connect with community conversations and awaken your senses. Awakened Living Sundays with T.J. Woodward. Join T.J. every Sunday in the San Francisco Bay Area Chapel at Fort Mason and live streaming online 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Pacific Time. To learn more and access the live stream, visit www.awakenedlivingsf.org. Do you want to transform your life's trauma and challenges into the gift that your life was meant to be? It's time for you to take control of your soul journey to heal, grow, and shine. Manifest your destiny with Wendy Wolf, soul transformer, energy, and psychic healer. To start your soul journey, contact Wendy at healgrowshine.com or email Wendy at wendy@wendyrwolf.com and start your adventure today.
Awaken to your radiant, authentic self. For over 15 years, soul purpose advocate Nancy Monson has been focused on leading change in the lives of those looking to live their true purpose. She is devoted to supporting people in living a soul-directed life every day. Let Nancy help you overcome fear, worry, and doubt. Visit everydayspirituality.com to learn how Nancy can be your soul purpose advocate.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. It is so great to be tuning in with all of you. I am so excited because today I love sharing this all with my co-host today, Shine On Radio with Kelly. Find your shine. She is the Shine On girl. There's no question about it. And, this is a time of the year where Kelly Wadler just gets out there and says, wait a minute, we can do things a bit differently. How can we stay grounded, healthy, and vibrant through this holiday season? And that's what happens when she works with the people she works with. Before the break, we were saying, what are some of the challenging things that happen, Kelly, to people, during the holiday season? How can we have our cake and eat it too? And I was just saying to you, when I come into the city, when I come into New York, there is a French cafe right there by the tree. And boy, I'm telling you, I get there, I go to the the little French cafe, look at the desserts, then I get my dessert and coffee and I come out and look at the tree. And, so this for me is, a ritual. But sometimes we can go a bit crazy about the holiday. So tell us what you've discovered. Can we have our cake and eat it too?
Yeah. And I think, heck yeah, we can. I think that there's certain very sacred parts of life in the holidays that we should not deprive ourselves from. But there's, here comes that word balance, where we have to find our own sweet spot in order to stay healthy and vibrant and not feel yucky throughout the entirety of the holiday season. What I find is that sometimes, and this was once for me, and I don't know how much it applies for everyone who's listening, but sometimes the holidays can be like, well, the white flag is up. I'm just, whatever comes my way. I already had the Christmas cookie, so now I'm going to eat whatever I want because I'll start again in January. And that's, one way of living and doing it. But come January, then we kind of feel like, ugh. And then everybody does some, not everybody, but some people, including myself, once upon a time, do, a crash diet, or we're always going to start in January. And I say, why not start implementing or keeping with your routine throughout the holiday season, but also enjoying what you really want to enjoy. So for example, the French Cafe in New York, that's sacred. That is something that, heck yeah, I'm going to go to New York. I only go once a year, or, once every 2 years. It's my favorite thing to sit down at this gorgeous little French cafe in the heart of New York City and experience not only the coffee and the dessert, but the whole environment and experience around eating that lovely French dessert, because that's what it's really about. If it's a matter of, oh my goodness, this is my third piece of apple pie, that's when we're kind of, I don't want to use the word abusing, but taking advantage of some of the wonderful things that come with the holiday season, right?
Well, we don't pace ourselves. I mean, it's really sort of, taking a little bit of time and not pacing ourselves. And I love the idea of pacing ourselves. It's interesting because the holidays have already started. Now, for many people, if you're like me, Halloween is my favorite holiday. So boom, there you go. And it kicks off a kind of vibe. It's interesting that, Halloween starts in a particular time of year and it kicks off a vibe. And what I've noticed about this year already, that I have to tell you, almost all of the places around here are starting to, if not already have, they're all in full holiday spirit. And I believe the local station that's part of our radio family here is already playing holiday music. So now, having said that, it's like we're kicking up the game. And so what do you think about pacing ourselves? It's kind of like, if I have that piece of pie today, maybe not having 3 of them today, I might be able to have another one tomorrow.
Oh yeah. I love that. And that is a great tip for all sorts of healing relationships to food, meaning that there is tomorrow, God willing, of course, but, let's say there's always tomorrow. So if we have an open-ended food situation, so, a pie or a cake or chips or stuffing or whatever it is, knowing that I can have this tomorrow if I want it. I don't have to eat all of it now, because I won't get it tomorrow. And that ties into old diet mentalities, old black and white eating, rules. So sometimes the holidays can be so challenging for people if they're on a diet or within a diet mentality the rest of the year. So all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, I've been so good all year, or I've been depriving myself of, chocolate all year, that once you get one taste of it, it's so hard not to stop, because, in your brain, you're like, well, I'm not going to be able to have this tomorrow because I once told myself I wasn't allowed. So going into the holiday season with, yes, let me pace myself. I can have what I want. I don't have to binge on it all today because I won't allow myself to have it tomorrow. And it's almost giving yourself permission to savor and remind yourself that it is there tomorrow. I know a lot of my clients, and again, including myself, what is once or was once challenging about food is that idea that there's something I want in the fridge and it's hard for me to put it down because I don't trust that it's going to be there tomorrow, or I forget that there is a tomorrow, but there is. And if you wake up wanting it tomorrow, you can have it. You can have it. But I love that idea about pacing ourselves and, asking if sometimes with pacing ourselves, let's say we want to keep eating the cake, it's a breath of a pause that we ask and question, okay, am I still hungry for this cake, or am I eating it for the sake of eating it because I'm not sure if I'll ever allow myself to eat it again, or I can't even believe I'm eating it so I feel guilty so I'm going to continue eating it, or asking, does this still taste good, or am I just eating it mindlessly? So it's okay, beyond okay, to enjoy a portion, to honoring your own portion, piece of indulgence or something you want to savor. That's fine. But if it goes to excessive town, we have to be mindful of taking that pause, a break, and saying, am I still hungry for this, or am I eating this for some other reason? And everybody's different, but you'll be surprised what answers come.
Well, part of this too is really looking at, that the fact that we want to enjoy. We want to enjoy the holiday season. And so, how much of it do we want to obsess? I mean, don't you think to a point, Kelly, that the whole idea of obsession with what we're not supposed to eat literally can cause us to eat those things? Isn't it the old, what you put your attention on will expand?
Oh, yeah. What you resist persists, that whole thing.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's why within my client base and what I help women do is once we put rules with food or start labeling good, bad, it becomes a weird game and it can become very unhealthy. And then when you do enjoy, let's say, the food that you only get once a year, like, to me, there's something very spiritual about eating something that my grandma makes every year, of course it's probably made with the most naughty ingredients in terms of however you want to scale it in terms of fats and carbohydrates. But that experience of having my grandma's, sweet potato pie is sacred for me, and I have it once a year and I can sit and enjoy it. But to answer your question about going crazy about what's bad and what's good, yeah, it can drive us nuts. But I think just throughout the year, taking away food rules and more putting in, if I really want this, I am more than allowed to enjoy it and have it. It's not something I'm not allowed to have. The difference being knowing the line of when, if I'm eating that food every day, that might not be serving my body. So, if you love brownies, it's okay for, once in a while you enjoy your sacred brownie. And knowing the difference of, okay, if I'm eating this brownie 5 times a day, obviously that's going to hurt my body usually. But the once, twice, once in a while, enjoying and savoring, we all do that. It's fine. It's part of life.
Yeah.
It's that pacing and balance.
Let me ask you a question, because we're going to talk about this. And by the way, for those of you, we got a great giveaway and something really special Kelly's going to share when we come back from break. But, also part of this is, we've heard people say on the one hand how busy the holiday season is, right? Busy. And the first thing that gets cut out is exercise. Have you heard that a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
And so what is it about us that wants to eat the cake, eat it too, and not remember the things that keep us in good shape to have more? We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about special thing that we're giving away, special gift from Kelly here. And also there is an event that we want to mention to you. ShineOnWithKelly.com. That is the website that you can go to, shineonwithkelly.com. Lots of information here. When we come back, we're going to give you the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of the above. When we come back, anybody out there want a 2-hour powerful coaching conversation about this so that you can shine this holiday season? This and much more. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back with Kelly Ann Wadler, the Shine On Girl. We'll be right back.
Shine On Radio. Find Your Shine with Kelly is the show that celebrates what makes you, you. Join co-hosts Kelly Wadler and Dr. Pat Baccili as they break down how to brilliantly fuel and move your body and love what makes you shine. Kelly is a professional arts and wellness coach dedicated to helping brilliant women find their confidence, energy, self-love, and shine. Tune in to Shine On Radio with Kelly and find your shine on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Transformation Talk Radio is dedicated to the education and awareness of Lyme disease.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Lyme Talk Radio. I'm Dr. Pat, joined here by
Dr. Nusheen Darvish.
Dr. Pat Baccili and Dr. Nusheen Darvish will be bringing the most innovative, groundbreaking information, research, treatment innovations, and stories from those it affects every day.
I'm so excited to be talking about this.
We have so much to share.
Dr. Darvish and I are planning to do is connect the dots.
People suffering with all sorts of chronic diseases, it's time. It is time for them to transform.
Tune into Lyme Talk Radio and help keep our mission strong.
For the loyal listeners out there that have been listening to this incredible show on Lyme disease, we are not going to let you down. We're going to come through stronger and enrich the platform for Lyme disease awareness through Lyme Talk Radio. The message will continue, the conversations will become stronger, and the healing epic.
Almost everyone at some time in their lives ask themselves, what am I? Most of our questions are ego-generated and simply don't address the problem of our false self. It's time to relax your ego and embody your soul. Dr. Dan Cohen, neurologist, inventor, and author, has created tools to awaken, a new way to transform from who you thought you were into what you truly are. Visit toolstoawaken.com today.
Have you been seeing numbers like 111 and 222 everywhere you go? Do you feel that the universe may be trying to get your attention, perhaps offering a message of some sort? As it turns out, numerical patterns and certain types of geometry form the very fabric of our reality, from cells under a microscope to the astronomy of our night sky. At Stellar Reflections, we offer special sessions which tap into these patterns, designed specifically to support you on your journey. The 111 and 222 activations are sessions activating new patterns in your energy field, which in turn can help you create new patterns in your life. After just one session with a practitioner, either in person or via distance, clients report gaining greater clarity, becoming more intuitive, and honoring their inner truth as they move forward in their lives. Curious about what these transformational sessions might do for you? Call 425-999-9836 or visit stellarreflections.com. That's stellarreflections.com.
Hey, everybody. This is really cool. What I love is that so many of the folks we work with, the people that are in the radio family here at Transformation Talk Radio, and there's so many folks that are so generous, and Kelly is one of them. She is the founder of Shine On Movement, but more than that, she is passionate and purposeful about her message and about the way she works with people all over the globe. So today, as we're talking about shining on with this holiday season, one of the things that she's done is she says, look, I'm here to help people. And so, Benny, what we would like to do is open up the phone lines to one of you out there, one of you that wants some powerful coaching designed to help you shine this holiday season. And it could be on anything. It doesn't have to be necessarily on food or nutrition. It could be on how do we get ready for the holiday? What do we want to do to move ourselves forward in joy? And so this is very, very powerful. We're going to give the first caller that truly wants to do this and get this gift and kickstart the holiday season with Kelly, not alone, and to have a different experience this year, whatever it is. We'd love to gift this to you. It is a 2-hour powerful coaching conversation to help you shine this holiday season. Change your life. 1-800-930-2819. We'll take the first caller because the first caller, that means that you are ready. 1-800-930-2819. First caller, we have one of these for today for you from Kelly. If you want to find out more about Kelly, go to shineonwithkelly.com, shineonwithkelly.com, and we'll give you lots more information. But first caller, 1-800-930-2819. I know my conversations with Kelly are transformative because if you're anything like me and you've kind of had the childhood in the past that I've had, shining on in the holiday season is not exactly in the forefront. But you spend a little time with Kelly M. Wadler, and you know why she is called the Shine On Girl. There is a reason for it. You can hear it in the show today. 1-800-930-2819. We want to give it away. Now, before we get back to this exciting, and I have to tell you, I am getting a little homesick for the tree right now because that was such a ritual with my dad. And for those of you that have never been to New York, we'll explain this to you in a minute. But before we do, you're doing something else. You got this group program alert thing.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Well, first of all, my cheeks are blushing. You're so nice, Dr. Pat. Thank you for all your kind words. I got rosy Christmas cheeks right now, so thank you. So I'm doing a group program. I only take about 3 to 5 women when I do group programs. Mm-hmm. It's a really intimate space that I do over a free conference call. And the whole intention of this program is together we're going to work to kind of reflect on 2015, what we learned from it, and what we want to let go from it, and then let that carry into our new year and set some new visions and intentions for the year to come. So it's going to be great. I already have a couple of powerful women signed up, and together we're really going to map out in a way what we want to see for ourselves for 2016 to really live our best life and feel amazing and celebratory in the skin, in the body, and in the soul that we have.
I love what you're doing. I love this, Kelly. Let me tell you why. I'm going to talk about it for a minute if I could.
Sure.
We started the Holistic Makeover years ago, and we did it for about 3 years. And it was something that, you know what, people say to me, where do you get these ideas from? You know what? They are not my ideas. They just come and they're downloaded and we do it. And what I loved about that process when we did it was that when people come together in groups, and especially when you're talking about women, when 2, 3, 4 women come together and get the kind of care that you're talking about, this is lasting change. And you know what I love about this is I had to read the information again because I was shocked about this when it says you're looking for 2, 3, 4 women. You're not saying, oh, we're going to gather a herd of women together and we're going to take them through a group program. That's not what I heard you say.
No.
I love this because this is the kind of personal, one-on-one kind of care that people are looking for today. You know, I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit. I didn't know it, but I'm going to do it. And by the way, Kelly and I do not plan this. We do not sit here and commiserate about this. You know, what I love, what you're doing goes back in a point in time when coaching was at its finest, where it was more like mentorship and less about group coaching. And it was more about, what is it you want in your life? Where do you want to go? That's why I love the work you do, because you're saying, look, this is not a one size fits all. I may want to be a successful businesswoman, but my friend wants to be a loving, occupational, I take care of the home mom. And it's all good. And the fact that you're doing this next year for a couple of people, I love, love, love this. So congratulations on doing this. This is exciting. It's very exciting.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I can't iterate enough that how important it is, or for me, that when we're doing coaching and when we're doing something as personal sometimes as, you know, diving in and taking off layers in terms of emotional layers to feel better, you have to feel safe. You have to feel that as if the coach has created a space for you to be able to do such shedding. And that is why with all my group programs, unless I'm doing some sort of fun challenge, which is more a challenge based than it is an intimate group program, I keep it very small so everybody feels really safe to be a little vulnerable and show who they are in order to feel better. So thank you for that. And I have my own coach. Her name is Sarah Goff to thank for that, because she's really my mentor, and I've been in one of her group programs for a while, and it's just, they're so powerful.
I love it. I want to say something, and then we'll jump back to this, because what we actually are talking about, and by the way, the giveaway that you had for someone that was gone in a hot nanosecond. These are the best listeners, Kelly, on the planet. I'm telling you, I love them. Best listeners on the planet. What I want to say, and then let's get back to this, because this is what we're talking about. You and I have mentors. You and I have coaches. I have had one, directly for years. I have had mentors all along the way when I worked in corporate America. And I have to say that if I had not had a mentor by the name of Brian McGorry, I'm gonna call him out right here. Brian McGorry, I'm not going to mention the year to anybody, but I'm telling you, this is a man in the phone company, Kelly, that broke all the rules for us clerks, as we were called, to go back to school. You were not allowed to leave early. And, through mentorship, we also learn how to live boldly, how to shine on. And I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I got to tell you, I have to take this journey with someone that can help me. And that's what we do to people. Let's talk about this thing. I think this is the most dreaded word. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The most dreaded word. You ready? On the holiday season. It starts with the B. It's called balance.
Yeah.
I can't help laughing about that. Maybe it's just me. I'm Italian. I don't think it doesn't exist in the holiday family.
So let's talk about it. Now, balance to me is a tricky word, because sometimes it can be, again, a little black and white, because if you're off your balance, you feel as if you're like falling into the depths of unknown below. But it doesn't have to be like that. So I always use rhythm. I'm a dancer. I've been a dancer since I came out of the womb. And so I can understand how sometimes I'm on my rhythm, things are good, I'm dancing, everything's fine. And then all of a sudden I'm so off my rhythm, and I know it, and I feel that way. I feel like I'm off my game, but it's a little less pressure to then just get off my rhythm, or to get back on my rhythm, find that rhythm again. And I think when it comes to balance or finding our rhythm, we have to know what makes us feel good, that when we do get lost or get off our rhythm or lose balance, we know what to do. So what I recommend and what I literally have on my desk is a list of what to do when I lose my rhythm, because there's certain things that I think fall to the wayside when we have when the holidays come that we can forget, and they usually involve self-care. So for me, I have a list of, am I meditation makes me feel good. Yoga makes me feel good. I like to lift weights. Am I drinking enough water? I like tea, am I drinking more coffee than tea? Because then I'm usually off my balance. Things like that.
Me
They're
too.
very personal for me. So everybody's body is different. So that I have, because it's as simple as they seem to be, these ideas, they can also be easily forgotten about. So if you have a running list of, okay, when all else fails, or if I lose my rhythm, or if I lose my balance, here's my checklist of things that I know make me feel good. So this holiday season, if you're starting to feel fatigued or getting sick or starting to yell at yourself in the mirror because you feel yucky and your bully brain's out, find the list and say, oh yeah, I'm not meditating, I forgot. Oh yeah, I haven't been to yoga in days. Or, oh my goodness, I'm drinking too much coffee, or whatever it is. You'll have a list of things that you might have forgotten that make you feel good.
I'm listening to you talk and I'm thinking to myself, I think you're like a mini me.
Yay, what a compliment.
I know, because I'm thinking about the things I like to do. I love to lift weights. I mean, I know we got to do the aerobic thing, and I got to tell you, okay, true confessions. We're going to skip break, so we have plenty of time. But listen, here's the thing. I got this device last year, and what it is a stepper, an elliptical stepper, which isn't like the big one. This is an elliptical stepper that you can actually sit. And you're sitting and you do it. And I got it not for me per se. I got it for my friend's mom who is trying to rebuild her body after being in assisted living. That was crazy. And she wanted to build her body. And so I got this little elliptical thing that you sit. Kelly, oh my gosh, for all the people that are listening today, and I have no affiliation with this company whatsoever. This is the thing for the couch potato, for the desk person. It sits in front of you. Your legs are moving. And before you know it, you're building muscles. So what I'm trying to say is what you're talking about, there are so many ways now for us to do this. What are some of the cool things you've discovered? Now, you live in New York. So walking has got to be like the number one thing that happens in the city, right? But I live in the burbs and walking isn't it.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I feel about physical activity. And I get very passionate about this because just like all the diet crazes, you can be easily sucked in to a diet craze and all the promises that it's going to promise you. And the same thing with exercise. I think exercise and physical activity has fads that all of a sudden everybody should be doing CrossFit, or everyone should be doing yoga, or everyone should be doing Pilates. And it's not true unless it's true for you. So I think a lot of people dread the exercise portion of finding balance and or your rhythm because they just haven't found the physical activity that makes them feel good. For me, and what I recommend for my clients is finding a physical activity that almost reaches a spiritual level for you. That I'm not just going to because I have to, but I'm going because not only does my body benefit, but mentally and spiritually, I feel fulfilled too. And if that means, you're going to take a neighborhood walk and that's what's the most fulfilling and satisfying to you, all right. If that means finding your own local studio, great. If that means dancing in your room to your favorite music for a half hour a day, have fun. That is what it doesn't have to mean I have to go to the gym or I have to go to this class. Exercise is moving your body in a way that, raises the heart rate, sure. Maybe you get a little sweat, fantastic, but it feels authentic for you. So my recommendation would be really do some soul searching on what makes your body feel awesome. Yeah, is there going to be places where you're challenging yourself in exercise? Sure. But it should be one of those challenges where it's like, yes, in the 30 seconds that you're doing it, let's say it's high intensity or whatnot, after you're done, you're like, I am a rock star, you know? And I think that type of exercise or physical activity is out there for everyone. It just takes a lot of trial and error and patience to find it, and don't give up too quick.
Yeah, I love it. All right. Here's what I got to ask you. I know that we're covering a lot today, but I want to talk with you a little bit because one of our listeners, fabulous listeners, just received the gift that you gave with the coaching. Can you just take us through the range of things that people come to you and get help with? Now, we've talked about food. That's not the only thing. I mean, right. I know that there are a lot of things, you know, everything from family to overspending, underspending, thinking about scarcity. Tell me a little bit about the range and how you're able to help people shine on through this holiday season.
I love that question, and you're absolutely right. I'm sure we're all familiar. If not, this is a great quote to keep in your pocket, and it's, the way we do anything is the way we do everything. And when people come to my office or we're talking over the phone, either one, every person and every beautiful individual is completely different. They might think they're coming to me because they want to heal their relationship to food, but then it turns into something much different. So I would say that when a person first comes to talk to me, it's really, what we do is we kind of figure out and we map out, and how I do this is through really deep listening to what I'm hearing and powerful questioning. And I hear what might be standing in that person's way in whatever form it is, to feel better or to go for the dream or to find their best self. So I keep my practice very open-minded. And because I come from the arts, and because I come from a holistic nutrition, and because I've invested so much in my own self for personal development, I have a toolbox of tools that I use to help whatever the individual that I'm speaking with in that moment to feel their best in whatever way that works for them. So, you know, we're going to figure that out because, as we said, nothing fits all. Everybody's different. So we'll be going over, you know, I like to branch it in these three main topics, but it always goes beyond. Now I just thought of 4, but really it's body positivity, nourishment, self-acceptance, and then really what our purpose is, what our true calling is. All of those main themes, but then sometimes, you know, we're trickling into relationships, we're trickling into love, we're trickling to who we want to share our life with. It's endless, you know? It's all about hopefully having a connection within each other that we feel safe enough to really push ourselves to that next level of diving deep and discovering who we are.
You know, I love this conversation today because, and I can't say this enough to everybody out there, that I know I have not been able to even be here today with you all by myself without getting help from so many people. It really does take a village. First of all, you know, you and I are very grateful for our team of people, the people in our lives, whether they're moms or partners or friends. You know, these are people that have helped, help us rise up. You mentioned your coach. I love this conversation because here's the question for you. You have a big dream, Kelly Wadler. You have a big dream,
I do.
Right? How do you get the support for yourself to enact that big dream? And how do you help others realize that they can have a big dream too?
What a great, fantastic question. Well, I first have to thank from every fiber of my being the incredible support I have from family and friends. But if I'm talking about my parents who just believe in me, I can't tell you how much that helps. And my siblings and my closest friends. And of course my lovely fiance Adam, he's a big help too. So yes, the team for sure. And then within that team is also what I like to call investing in myself. And sometimes, and I've had to battle this myself as well, like, oh, how dare I put, monetary a monetary filter and investing in myself, or putting so much money or whatever into following such a dream, or doing that. And oh my goodness, it is the most worth it investments I can make are within my own coaches, my education, in order to follow why I know I'm here on this earth, which is to help people celebrate their shine and be who they want to be and live and follow these dreams. I know in order to keep spreading that message and to keep following that, it's investing in myself through, again, these coaches and education. And so far in my life, the return on the investment has been tremendous. So I want to give out a shout out to my coach, Sarah Goff, and my colleagues as well. And you, Dr. Pat, who's such a mentor to me as well. So I would say then for people who are listening, I am such a big believer in there is a whisper, or the deepest depths of us knows why we are here. And if we haven't found it yet, sometimes we just need someone to talk to help put a flashlight to it. But there is a big divine reason why we're here. And I think it's scary for some people, or it seems unrealistic for some people to follow that dream. But for me, it's why not? It's let's figure out a way, because I feel as if the universe provides once you're headed in a direction that you really should be, or that's where you're always been in line to go. So I think at the end of the day, it's giving permission that I can follow my dream. And if you have to work a couple of jobs to get there, so be it. Please. That's what happens. That's part of it. But I wouldn't let myself defer away from my dream just because it might be scary, or financially the scarier decision.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It totally makes sense, and it makes sense for a lot of reasons, and a lot of what we've talked about today. And for people listening, they're going to be able to find out more, not just about your show, but about you. Can you take a minute, and wow, this hour has just flown by, and thank you for generosity. How can folks find out more about you? What should they do to contact you about, this fabulous group program that you're doing? Please give people lots of information, if you would.
Absolutely. Okay. I hope everybody has their pen and paper handy, or their smartphone. So, okay. Well, first let's start by saying Shine On Radio is going to be airing on January 4th, which is a Monday, and it's going to be on every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's 9 a.m. Pacific. So that would be apply for a lot of people listening now. So Shine On Radio kicks off in the new year, and I'm stoked about that. But before that, in the meantime, I would love if you could connect with me and follow me. Let's start with social media platforms. So on Facebook, you can always friend me at Kellyanne Wadler. I will totally friend you back. You can reach me at my business page at Shine On Wellness. On Instagram, I'm the Shine On Girl. Easy enough. Twitter, the Shine On Girl. And then my website is shineonwithkelly.com. And you can personally email me at kelly@shineonwithkelly.com. And please, please, please feel free. I love meeting and connecting with people and talking with people and doing whatever we can to all shine on and spread this message. So I'm so appreciative for all who are listening, and Dr. Pat for having me on.
Absolutely, and we're not done yet. So everybody, let's take a short break. Kelly will be back, and don't go away. We got lots more.